Yslas is going to join us. Victor Alcantar, a couple of the young guys on this team this year, going to join us. Sophomores. Now, who do I have to my left here?
I'm Chris Yslas.
You're Chris Yslas, and you would be Victor Alcantar. Now, did y'all play on varsity last year, or is this your first year on varsity?
Yeah, I played JV and varsity last year.
JV and varsity last year. How about you, Victor?
I played varsity on the O-line.
Varsity on the O-line. So what did it mean for you guys to be freshmen on a state championship team?
It was a big blessing, and I just took all those moments, learned from the seniors, and all that work, all that knowledge came into now being a leader on this 2024 team.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Victor? What was your top takeaway from last season?
Really just taking everything from the seniors. Being a young guy on the O-line, I really took a lot from my center and my tackle. So it was very helpful having those older guys around me. So now this year I can be the leader to those younger guys.
So if you took a little bit from your center and a little bit from your tackle, that means you're a guard.
Yes, sir.
All right. And did you start a lot last year?
Yes, all 14 games.
All 14 games. When you got here last year, did you think you would be able to play as a freshman?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh,
that's the expectation.
Yeah, that was the expectation. Where did you get that mindset, that expectation? Who helped you build that leading into high school last year?
I say my dad and my brothers. They always put that in me to keep working and always stay humble. So when I got here, it was just I expected to play.
Expected to play. What was for you, Chris? What was it kind of like seeing him flourish?
Man, he became one of my best friends, and from working out with him on the off season, being the freshman on varsity, working out, and then he's over here every game doing his thing with the old guys. It was really cool.
We're talking to Chris Yslas. He's a middle linebacker, and Victor Alcantar, offensive guard for the Sabino Sabercats. All right, give me your linebacker mentality. I would imagine you're the captain. Did the call plays come into you? And as a sophomore, how do you make sure everybody, the other 10 guys, are on the same page?
Yeah, with the offseason, Mike Wells, our defensive coordinator, me and him, he became my best friend on the field. I learned all the plays. I learned all our coverages. I just want to, as a player, I want to hit someone. I want to know. But as a leader on the field, as a Mike linebacker, you got to know your defense tackles are in the right text. You got to know if my safeties and my corners are in the right coverage. And I have to be basically everywhere on the field in one position.
Are there guys you study? Whether it's college guys, NFL guys?
Yeah, my favorite player, Fred Warner from the Niners.
Okay,
he is the best all-around middle linebacker right now, and I study him, his footwork, and his pass coverage ability is probably the best in the NFL, probably best ever from middle linebacker, and so yeah.
How about you, Victor? Is there any linemen you like to study?
Really, I take game from really every offensive lineman I could watch. I try to implement it out there in practice, see if it works, and then I'll do it in game. Okay,
so do you have, I don't know if the coaches keep stats on your pancakes, but do you keep stats on your pancakes?
Yes, I do.
So what's the most you had in one game last year?
Last year, probably 3, 4.
3-4 pancakes. When you get one of those, what's that make you feel like when you can get out there?
It makes me feel very happy, but, it's just I got to keep playing, so I don't think about it too much.
There you go. I understand you guys got a freshman quarterback this year. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about him.
He's a good guy. He's a freshman, so he's trying his best to be a leader. But I think having older guys, receivers, linebackers, linemen, really uplift him in a way. I think in a year or two he will be the leader on the team. He's a really good guy. He's strong. He can throw 60 yards.
60 yards, wow.
Yeah, and he's smart. He knows where to pass the ball off to Zachariah Haley or where to throw in the certain coverages. So he's a smart guy.
All right, when he gets out there tonight, Victor, for that first play, and he looks a little nervous, what are you going to say to him in the huddle?
I'm just telling him to calm down and tell him that I have me for him, blocking for him, so he should have a lot of time back there to throw.
Yeah.
So you like to pass block or run block?
I could do both, but I like pass block more. It's more, it's just more me.
You go to a lot of camps. What do you learn in some of those lineman camps that you go to in the summer?
Those college coaches are very amazing. They teach you great fundamentals that you could take to the game. And I usually go to a lot of camps like U of A, NAU, UTEP, and I pass any type of camp. So I take a lot from these camps.
Now, was this always where you guys were going to go to school, or did you make?
No.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to Tucson High because my older sister, but after my 8th grade year, I was talking to some of my friends, and they're like, "Hey, let's go to Sabino," and I was like, "Yeah, it's a small school, you know." And I got here, and I just fell in love with the campus. It's kind of like a smaller campus, and it just feels really homey. And you know, Coach McBrayer, best coach out here, and he just made everything seem so like easier when it comes to like a freshman, you know, and he gave me the opportunity to play varsity. I played a lot of like special teams. I would get in there like at the end of games and just learn a lot, and I just fell in love with the community.
How about you, Victor? Were you always coming to Sabino?
I didn't really quite know where I was going because me and my family didn't know where. Also, the school's very far from me. But at the end, we chose this school because of Coach McBrayer. We saw how good of a coach he was, how well he brings these teams together, and he's also a player's coach. You know, he understands us. He's kind of like us, really. You know, he's a young guy still, so that's really what I like about Sabino, and that's why I came here.
Obviously, last year you had an outstanding quarterback in Cameron Hackworth. For each of you, what's the one thing you learned from him in the time you played with him?
Man, just have fun out there. Like you watch his highlights, you watch like anything. He's having fun out there after, you know, throws like 6-yard bombs to Shamar or to Stack or someone. You just gotta have fun, and like if you think too hard, it's gonna mess you up.
Also, I say have fun, but also being a leader. Cam showed great leadership throughout the team, through our ups and downs, and I say that's the biggest thing I took from him.
All right, Victor Alcantar, sophomore guard. Chris Yslas, sophomore middle linebacker. Guys, best of luck this season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.